We're back. So we're building Chrome extensions, and I'm simply just going to talk about what Chrome extensions are. I'm going to dive deep into Chrome extension architecture. Then I also look into the JavaScript knowledge that you need to know to build an extension. Then once we're done with that, we're going to take on a live project, and this live project is going to work on the X platform. So we'll build an extension using the React framework, where we'll take everything that we've learned into practice. So let's get started. Now, I am going to move away from the traditional approach of explaining what Chrome extensions are, and I'm simply just going to take it from a founder's point of view. Now, Chrome extensions are opportunity to build popular extensions that have benefits to users, and some of these benefits like additional sources of income, exploring new audiences, and exposing your services to clients, or sometimes having a channel for an existing platforms. And the beauty about Chrome extension is it gives you the ability to package web applications into a Chrome extension that can be easily distributed within the browser. So the beauty about it is that Chrome extension manages how your extensions are updated and such. So it's a great avenue of building a quick solutions that you can get additional stream of income. And what that means is that you can test around with some ideas and see if it's profitable or not. Now, the reason why that's important is because we're in a SaaS age where indie hacking is a bit popular. So this gives you the avenue to explore different opportunities. And because of that, in the next video, we're going to talk about the technical aspects of building an extension, because for you to build a very good Chrome extension application, you need to understand the Chrome extension architecture and what the Chrome itself has to offer in terms of its Chrome API and policies. Now, in this screen, we're simply going to be looking at Chrome extension architecture overview, and that is because different components play important roles in Chrome extension development. You have your manifest, where you specify metadata informations and things like the name of the extension, the version, the permissions it intends to use. You have your service worker, and you have different components. Now, I won't really go deep into each of this because I'm going to create individual contents that will explain each of this topic. However, I would like to touch on some important components here that play a major role in Chrome extension. And I would say the manifest is number one, because without the manifest, you can't get a valid Chrome extension package. Then you have your content script. Now, the content script allows you to inject content into a website. So if you want to create, maybe like Facebook, you want to do something like an extension that replies to everybody in a Facebook group, then you'll most likely be using content script. Now, the pop-up is simply just the extensions interface. So that is what you see when you click on the extension. And there is a side panel. It's more like the pop-up, but the only difference is you have a side panel where you can render things. Then I'm not going to touch on the options page because I'll cover a video talking that. Now, the important part I would love to cover is the permissions. Now, these permissions govern access to the Chrome API. So you need to specify these permissions in the manifest. So if you're going to have access to, let's say, a specific tab, or you want to have access to a specific thing, you need to declare it in the manifest. And there is message passing. Now, each of these components run independently. The service worker runs at the background, the content script runs separately, and the pop-up runs separately. And each of these individual components do not communicate with each other. But the message passing it's kind of like a mechanism. It's close to post messaging. So it's a cross message communication where you can talk with different components and they can pass it between each other. But I'm going to touch on a video that will explain message passing in depthly with some examples. So a lot of these contents are going to have videos explaining each of their use, their roles, the permissions, and a bit of complexity attached to them, and we'll be teaching them with the example within an extension context. Now, when it comes to technical skills for building Chrome extensions, your web technology skills are more than adequate. So if you know how to build web applications using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, that already puts you at 70%. The other 30% are things you need to cover, like your DOM API. If you're going to do a lot of content scripts, and what content scripts means is that you're going to be manipulating an existing website to add additional features. So you need to understand DOM API. Then you need to know your browser API and your Chrome API. Now these are you can easily refer to the documentation. There is the use of JavaScript frameworks. Now you can build Chrome extensions using pure JavaScript, but however, when it comes to building UIs in pure JavaScript, it's a bit cumbersome. So I advise using a framework like React or Vue. Then there are other concepts listed like the calls, policies, and monkey patching. Now monkey patching is just existing and modifying an existing object in JavaScript so that you can add additional behavior. I have done this in order to sniff data from a fetch request. And once you learn all these skills, you would have a good knowledge of building Chrome extensions. And to round this up, we're going to build an extension that runs on the X platform. But before then, I'll be dropping content on the Chrome extension architectural components, such as the manifest, the service worker, where I'll touch on each topic and do a deep dive into them with examples, and that'll be much more practical so that you can have an idea of what it entails. And it might be longer because I would give examples of different scenarios while in the manifest or while in the content script so that you can have a clearer view of Chrome extension development. So take care guys, and hope to see you guys in the next content.